Estamos aquí el día 2 del NAMM en Anaheim. Vamos a ver cuántos booths alcanzamos a ir hoy. Aquí nos encontramos, aquí en Gear Anxiety. Estoy aquí con Dan en el increíble booth de Thurman Hardware. How are you, Dan?
Great, how are you?
Good, thank you. Thank you for taking the interview.
Oh, of course.
You guys have an amazing booth. How are you feeling today?
Oh, great, really great. It's so exciting to see people kind of get to see what we're all about and see all the creations that Jack and the Third Man Hardware universe has been putting out there, you know?
Yeah, definitely. What new gear have you brought to NAMM?
It's been a really busy year for Jack and Third Man. We released a pedal with Anna Sounds, the spring reverb pedal. We released the knife drop with Eventide. We also released the Donner triple threat last year. And then Jack released the Triple Sonic Fender collaboration and the Triple Caster and the Triple Sonic. And then we also did the Fender Third Man Hardware Panoverb amp that Jack designed, and it's all purpose-built gear that have been, you know, Jack's dream creations over the last, you know, however many years of touring it's been.
That's awesome. I tried the Panoverb at home. It's amazing. I also have the triple thread. It's pretty cool pedal. Yeah.
It is. It's a lot of bang for your buck. Like, it's really versatile. That you can get a lot out of it for guitar, bass, keyboards. Like, we've seen people do a lot of really fun stuff with it.
Cool. So you mentioned your Jack's guitar tech. What's that like?
Oh, it's a blast.
It's a blast.
Oh, it's never a dull moment. It's really fun. It's always been an interesting combination of blending some of the old world and some vintage and antique things with new technology and finding a way to marry those things. So it really does represent what we have here, you know, and its creations of how they're mashing up those two universes. So it's
How do you feel the new guitars?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah?
It's a blast.
Which one is your favorite?
I mean, the Triple Caster, honestly, that's just... I honestly wasn't much of a Telecaster person before, but when you put those pickups in it opens up a whole new series of voicings that, you know, you can totally kill some like great classic Tele sounds, but the wide range in the neck is outstanding, and the bite that you can get from that P90 in the middle and the great crunch of the Filtertron, it's so versatile. It's really exciting.
Oh, pretty cool.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a bit about the art of the pedals and guitars? Is it also like Jack's ideas and stuff?
It is, yeah. I mean, if you want to come over here. So they've all kind of had different little inspirations of where they've come from, but this one's one of our favorite ones here.
Okay.
Every time we release a pedal, we'll do a limited edition, and we'll sell a very small batch of the yellow ones. So it's kind of it's exciting for people to get in early and get these rare exclusive ones. And so these are the yellow. Those are a couple of white anniversary pedals.
Okay.
And then our normal color scheme is a black with yellow trim.
Yeah.
But we've absolutely loved this knife drop one. Is my favorite.
Okay.
This artwork was done by Rob Jones, and he's a collaborator that Jack's had for years. He goes all the way back to some of the White Stripes days of doing old tour posters and all that stuff. So they've collaborated for, it's got to be 20 years now. So it was really great to have him in. And it sells a whole scene of the vibe and the energy of the pedal. And
it's a drive pedal with like synth stuff, or what is it?
Yeah, it's got some synth and some drive in it, and it's got some really out of this world kind of haunting sounds in it, and you can blend it, and it is a digital pedal with Eventide, so you can get in there and you can tweak it and go as hog wild with it as you want. But we also have it very simplified too, where we streamlined it down to 3 knobs. We've made it more approachable in our own way too. And you can always come back to your factory setting of the knife drop tone that we've dialed in with Jack. You just hold that for a couple seconds and you're always going to come right back to that core sound that we fell in love with. Because that's some of the anxiety that we experience with digital stuff at times. So Eventide were great to work with that. And then Beatronics, those guys are rad.
Yeah.
Have you seen their stuff before?
Of course, we work together.
Oh, they're awesome. I love their aesthetic. They're kill it. Absolutely kill it.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Yeah. So this is my favorite art. We did all these movie style posters for that one.
I love it.
Yeah.
Amazing art.
Thank you.
And so do you have a band of your own?
No, not anymore. I used to play in shitty hardcore and punk bands when I was younger, but that's the classic roadie story.
Yeah.
You know, you do it for the love of it because you're, you know, this DIY punk and you don't have a lot of money, so you fix your own stuff up. And then eventually you kind of end up realizing that that's what you're suited for, and
Life
you know,
takes you places.
life takes you here, and I'm really happy though. I love what I do, and I'm very grateful to be here. You know.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for taking
Of
the
course,
interview.
please, and go have some fun, play some
I
pedals,
will.
and
I
get
will.
weird. Yeah.
Thank
Great.
you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Se entra por aquí. Seguimos aquí en el NAMM 2025, ahora con Cream Guitars de México, aquí con Juan, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien, saludos a toda la banda.
¿De qué ciudad son?
Somos de Monterrey, Nuevo León, México. Desde el 2020 empezamos a hacer guitarras. Este año tenemos 3 nuevos lanzamientos y pues vamos a conocerlos.
Claro, ¿qué está presentando en el NAMM?
Mira, en este NAMM estamos presentando una guitarra totalmente nueva, semihueca, un cuerpo de cedro rojo, semihueco con una tapa de alder. En la electrónica tenemos un set de Seymour Duncan, Red Devils, son la serie de Billy Gibbons, en el puente, en el medio, y aquí tenemos una Whole Vintage Stack, 3 posiciones, el selector, los push-pull de volumen y tono, y el detalle del puente que puedes jugar con él, o un trémolo más o menos, depende del ajuste, sí, así es. Es un puente Bender. La placa que es clásica de Cream Guitars es el que da el ajuste hacia el brazo, y tenemos la cejuela de grafito y los afinadores con candado, las guías de las cuerdas en detalles negros, y pues es totalmente nuevecita esta guitarra con pickguard negro, se ve hermosa, los acabados en madera natural, pintada de color oyamel. Suena muy bien esta guitarra,
Oye Juan, y una pregunta, ¿tienen ustedes un arte muy específico? Está muy chido todo el diseño del stand. ¿Quién trabaja el arte?
Mira, el arte viene desde el CEO, Luis Ortiz. Él es la mente creativa de nosotros. Él es el diseñador, él es el que tiene todas las ideas y lo ejecutamos digamos en la tendencia que la marca ya tiene con los años, ¿no?
Claro, que es como esta, que es Revolver, que era la primera, ¿no?
Este es un modelo Revolver. Esta guitarra tiene un cuerpo de caoba por la parte de atrás. La tapa de enfrente es de alder, aliso. El vaciado de resina en color blue glitter. En la electrónica tenemos esta es una JB, una SL1, SL2, selector de 5 posiciones, los potenciómetros push-pull, brazo de maple flameado. Tenemos el detalle también de todas las guitarras traen candados en el headstock. El headstock de aluminio con el vaciado de cream y las guías en cromado. En lo que es el nut lo trae de hueso, y la placa clásica que ya conocemos de Cream Guitars.
Buenísimo.
Que transporta toda la vibración desde la sujeción del brazo a través del cuerpo por los ferrules, sale, atraviesa, sube por arriba del puente con los guiadores y pues va al headstock.
Buenísimo, Juan, ¿cuál es tu favorita?
La verdad, la mía estoy entre la Gold Flakes, que es una de las series que ya tenemos tiempo con ellas trabajando. Esta guitarra tiene una salida muy buena, muy fuerte. Es un cuerpo de caoba con la tapa de enfrente de alder o aliso, un vaciado de resina con hojuelas de oro. Aquí tenemos en la posición de pastillas de puente tenemos la JB y la 59. Es push-pull, 3 posiciones, potenciómetro tono. Igual la placa clásica de Cream de sugestión desde el brazo a través del cuerpo por los herrules. Transmite toda la vibración a través del cuerpo para no perder ni una sola vibración que el cuerpo atraviese, desde el headstock hasta lo que es la placa. El brazo es de maple flameado, los afinadores tienen candados, el detalle de aluminio en el headstock y la marca de Cream con el vaciado de resina. Y a mí me encanta esta guitarra,
Bien bonita.
pero estoy también entre la semi-hollow. La verdad es que las dos guitarras son mis favoritas, pero todas están increíbles. El arte que se expresa en cada guitarra es con el amor de Luis, y nosotros estamos para llevarlo al mundo.
Padrísimo. Muchísimas gracias por la entrevista,
No, de
Juan.
nada,
Que les vaya
gracias a
increíble
ti.
en el NAMM.
No, muchas gracias, saludos a todos.
Estamos aquí con Dave de Friedman Amps. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Thank you for taking this interview with me. Have you been to Mexico City?
No, I haven't, but I'd like to.
You have to come soon.
Yeah.
So tell me a bit what you brought to NAMM this year.
I mean, the big thing this year, we brought amps that we've had for a while, but we also brought the new Jose Arredondo tribute amplifier to the very famous Jose Arredondo amplifier modder. We did a deal with his daughter. She appeared with me on my show Tone Talk, and we did a deal. So we made the amplifier he was never able to make before his death.
Wow, that's crazy. How do you like it?
Yeah, everyone's really liking it.
Yeah. If an alien came to your booth, which guitar or amp would you show him first?
The new amp, the Jose.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know, all the guitars are cool,
Yeah.
you know, we have, cool racing stripes now on this guitar, and that's neat. And then there's kind of a very kind of interesting one here. I've never seen this before,
Beautiful. I love it.
which is pretty cool, you know.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
We have a bunch of custom graphic guitars in the booth this year, so they're fun to do.
Can I ask you what's the best and worst thing about NAMM?
Oh, well, I like seeing people that I don't see all the time, or maybe new people that I've met, like you. And the worst thing is you're on your feet for, well, really with setup and everything, 4 days, 5 days, maybe sometimes.
Well, how many NAMMs have you attended? Countless.
Wow, I don't know, maybe 40.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I'm old.
Do you have a special memory of some NAMM?
Not that I can say on the air.
Yes, just a small interview, but thank you so much, Dave.
No problem.
¿Cómo estás, Rodrigo?
Muy bien, acá un poquito atareado por el movimiento y el ruido, pero muy bien, muy bien. Los encontré y nada, quería saludarlos, quería decirles lo que me gusta su canal y lo mucho que se ve también en Argentina, porque realmente lo comento con amigos de la banda o de la escena y es un canal que siempre salta, sobre todo porque cubren bandas que no solo son argentinas, van a México, sino que son bandas que no tienen cobertura mucho y mucho menos para el público latinoamericano, así que me parece realmente muy bueno a mí.
Gracias, Rodrigo. Platícanos un poco de tus pedales.
Estoy trabajando para Rockstock Pedals, es una compañía de más que nada pedales utilitarios, como accesorios y demás, una compañía basada en Washington. Rob, el dueño, está aquí. No tenemos un booth este año, pero posiblemente el año que viene lo tengamos. Estamos viendo más que nada cómo viene, cómo podríamos hacerlo. Somos relativamente una compañía pequeña todavía, pero esperemos que el año que viene tengan. Me encantaría mandarles a ustedes un par de pedales para que los prueben también. O sea, no de Argentina obviamente, pero de Estados Unidos va a ser mucho más cerca y creo que les pueden llegar a gustar.
Feliz, gracias, Rodrigo. Oye, ¿y es la primera vez que vienes al NAMM en general?
Es la C.
¿Tercera vez?
Tercera
¡Wow!
vez.
¿Qué es lo que más te gusta del NAMM?
Tiene que ser esta parte. La parte de las guitarras, la parte de lo que son los modelers, que es lo que se está viniendo mucho, que nos interesa no solo como compañía, porque obviamente podemos tomar desde el lado utilitario como pedales de expresión, dual switch, tap tempo, todo lo que es utilitario a los grandes modelers, sino poder en algún momento sumar nuestra línea de pedales propios, ¿no es cierto?
Claro, claro. Oye, ¿y algo que hayas visto en el NAMM que te haya gustado mucho o alguien que hayas conocido como muy interesante?
Todavía está fresco, pero me gustó mucho lo de Tonex, que tienen el nuevo FR. Me pareció que probablemente sea uno de los mejores del mercado, es lo que más me gusta. Y por ahora me quedo con eso. Y el resto, bueno, la verdad que es medio una locura, están todos medio locos acá. No sé si pudiste ver, pero es como que la gente se vuelve un poquito loca acá y llevan todo al extremo. Muy propio también de la cultura estadounidense, obviamente, pero es como que siempre lo llevan al 11, ¿viste?
Claro,
siempre
claro.
al 11, a nivel 11.
Siempre al 11. Oye, de todos los stands que has visitado, ¿cuál ha sido como el más ruidoso?
Creo que hay una marca que me gusta mucho que se llama Tunable, no sé si la conoces, que es el tipo que tocaba en Intronaut y le hace las guitarras a Russian Circles, a todas las bandas de lo que son la movida post-metal. Y tienen los amplificadores en 1000, es un lío total. Esa creo que fue mi favorita, no solo porque admiro al tipo por lo que hace con sus bandas, sino porque me gustan además las guitarras. Me gustaría poder llevarme una, no creo que eso sea, porque estamos hablando de algo muy custom, muy fuera de nuestro rango para lo que es los argentinos, pero me encantó.
Buenísimo, pues muchísimas gracias por la entrevista,
No,
qué
por
gusto,
favor.
Rodrigo.
Muchas gracias a ustedes y por favor síganle metiendo al canal que para mí es el mejor de Latinoamérica.
Gracias. Estamos aquí en el booth de Donner y ahora estamos con Scott. How are you, Scott?
I'm doing great. I
Thank
wish
you.
my Spanish was better.
You have to practice. Have you been to Mexico?
I have not.
Welcome anytime to Gear Anxiety. So I've been working with Donner for a while now. I think you guys are a really cool brand. You've grown a lot. How has that been?
Absolutely, it's been fantastic. It's fantastic to collaborate with artists like you and to grow together.
Yeah,
It's really great.
What do you have new here today at NAMM?
So new here today is the Hush X Pro that I happen to be holding in my hands. It's an electric guitar, low profile, travel size, full onboard effects inside of the guitar. Full amp modeling, effects suite, distortions, overdrives, delays, reverbs, choruses, phases. Everything is right here in this little guitar.
Can you save like your own presets?
Yes, you can save your own presets. It comes with, I think, 18 slots to save your own presets. So, and you can just dial them right through on this little this power switch right here.
How do you tune this guitar?
How do you tune the guitar? Down at the bridge, we've got the tuners. You string through the back and up, and kind of hold them down up here, and then you can fine tune here, onboard tuner, to get it right in tune there. So I'll go out of tune a little bit, yeah, and then right back. Just a little. You can take a guitar pick and put it right through there, or whatever you need to.
Oh, it's very interesting.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Donner product?
Oh, it's definitely this
Yeah?
thing. Yeah, 100%.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Does these models work kind of the same way?
Yeah, so we have the Hush X Pro as well as the regular Hush X. The Hush X has just like a volume and a tone, and so that's the one that you'd want if you've got your own pedal board set up already and you just need a travel size guitar. We also have the Hush I series, which is kind of like our acoustic electric guitar series. Also, put that down for a second and I'll pick up. Here's the Hush I. Similar to the Hush X, where it just has like the volume and the tone and a little bit of EQ on it. And then the Hush I Pro has full acoustic guitar modeling. So it's got like a jumbo size acoustic and an OM and any kind of acoustic guitar that you need, as well as your own IR slots to download your own and put it in there.
Wow, that's very interesting. I love it.
Yeah.
So, can you tell me something about the collaboration with the triple threat that you had with Third Man Hardware?
Yeah, the Third Man Hardware, the triple threat. Let me go snag that pedal so I can get it on camera for you real quick. So yeah, this is the triple threat pedal made by Jack White's company, Third Man Hardware. It is an echo, phase, and distortion all in one compact pedal. Sounds huge for how small it is. Really versatile with the way that the effects can be set, as well as the way that it kind of goes into the pedal board. It's you can sneak it into any pedal board, really.
Yeah, I love that about that pedal. It's very cute. Well, thank you so much, Scott, for the interview. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Seguimos aquí en Gear Anxiety. Estamos con Joe. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Nice to meet you.
You too.
Thank you for taking this interview with me.
No worries.
Can you tell me a bit what you brought to NAMM?
We've got our product line here, which is, we released this one in October. It's called Ample. It's got 56 classic amps that we captured ourselves. It's got categories of clean, crunch, and destroy. Then it's got classic USA amps, lots of Fenders, and classic UK, lots of Marshalls and Voxes. Then we've got one of Gen X, which is amps from the 80s and 90s that were made famous around then.
Okay.
And then there's a bass category, so that has 8 bass amps in there that you can use. Yeah.
So you can use with guitar or bass?
Yes.
Select like the different amp.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. What kind of amps are you based on?
Sorry?
What kind are you based on?
I use bass amps mostly. There's 3 Ampegs in there, so I've got an SVT one, as I love SVTs. But there's also the boutique, heaps of boutique ones, like new ones for guitar. We've got a Dr. Z, we've got Bad Cat, lots of ones that you can only try out in shops. We put it in here so you can try it out yourself.
Wow, that's awesome. Which one is your favorite preset amp?
My favorite amp in here is the Fender Dual Showman. It's from '64 and it's beautiful, clean sound, as well as it takes pedals so well.
Awesome. Thank you so much for taking this interview with me. Have a great NAMM.
You too.
Hi Ben, how are you?
Excellent.
Thank you for taking this interview.
Totally.
How's NAMM going so far?
It's good. It's hectic, but it's fun.
It's fun. Is it your first NAMM?
It's the company's 3rd or 4th. It's the 2nd one I've personally been to, but it's been quite a while. So yeah.
Cool. Can you tell me about what you brought to NAMM
Yes.
today?
This is our newest release. It's our Wave Cannon pedal. It's kind of a remaster of the first pedal the company ever came out with. Kind of overdrive into distortion territory with some crazy feedback havoc tricks, some noisemaker stuff.
Does it have like the overdrive and fuzz different options or
So with the different controls, you can get a little of everything, some kind of regular overdrive sounds and some kind of crazier splatty, gated, fuzz, messy sounds, plus the feedback stuff. So yeah, it does a lot. And then this is the second to last prototype. I have the final production version ready to go on this board.
Okay.
This will be Kilobyte 2000, again a remaster kind of our Kilobyte delay pedal from just over 10 years ago. And we've added some features to that. A couple extra jacks for external tap tempo and for an effects loop for putting anything you want into that feedback of the wet path. We've also added the shape control from Wave Cannon as a tone refinement feature on the distortion circuit that's on the repeats. And then the Havoc brake mod we were doing for Relic, one of our dealer exclusives, we've just incorporated into the pedal now. So all Kilobyte 2000s will have that Havoc brake. So when you hold down the momentary feedback, it can kind of be gentler or crazier. You just have some control now instead of just one setting the way it was before.
You can control it better.
Yeah. That's the idea. And then we have some of my other favorites we had. Somersault, our chorus, Arigato, our phaser, Meteor, this is probably our best-selling pedal, our reverb.
Okay.
All kind of lo-fi, yeah.
What,
kind of dark
what
and
are
warmer
the different
sounds.
switches?
So this is bypass, and then this is the havoc mode.
Okay.
Usually the right foot switch for all the 2-foot pedals. Some kind of extra magic trick, almost, in some ways. In these two, it's kind of a runaway feedback oscillation thing. In Somersault and Arigato, it's a second speed, so you can switch back and forth between slow and fast. Same with Parabola, it's a speed. Wave Cannon, that is a crazy feedback loop. And then on Shigeharu, our fuzz pedal, it's an analog octave up.
Oh, cool.
That's
I know
pretty
about
fun.
the fuzz. What about this Hawaiian pizza?
Hawaiian pizza, it's a 2-transistor kind of like 70s era style fuzz. One of our more simple pedals control-wise on the front. There's a lot of range in it. We use this kind of starve control, the pineapple control, to get some gated sounds, do some prettier fuzz overdrive, lots of stuff in between, some nice saturation at times.
Cool. Which one is your favorite?
My personal favorite is probably our least selling pedal, but I do dearly love Parabola, our tremolo.
Nice.
FM mode kind of lets some bass leak through without tremoloing.
Okay.
I played like solo electric sad guy stuff for a long time, so you just kind of leave it on for that, and it's
cool.
just
That's the FM.
some movement. Yeah, this is the FM mode. AM mode is a more standard tremolo, and FM just kind of lets your
What
chords.
about this little?
Yeah.
What does this switch?
This is fast and slow on this
the
guy.
tremolo sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
because it is a transistor tremolo. It's not a digital algorithm, so we had to like do some extras to get a full range of speeds from as slow as we want to as fast as we want.
Okay.
But yeah, and then Havoc will give you a speed it up and max out the depth from wherever you are. It's also got a gentle overdrive preamp in it that sounds really good.
That's very good. Yeah.
So that's why it's my favorite. But
Awesome. Well,
yeah.
Thank you so much, Ben, for your time.
yeah. Thank you for stopping by our booth. Really
Of
appreciate it.
course. Yeah. Estamos aquí en el NAMM Gear Anxiety. Estamos en el booth de Orange con Zach. How are you, Zach?
Good, thank you so much.
Thank you for taking the interview with me.
Of course.
Tell me a bit of what you bring here today.
Yeah, so we got a bunch of new products from Orange. We got the new O-Tone 40, which is a 40-watt solid-state amp, engineered and built actually to be like a tube amp, but it's actually a solid-state amp, which completely makes it different from all the other solid-state modulating amps online. The other stuff we have is the Gain Baby, the Tour Baby, and the Dual Baby. They're all 100-watt heads, 2-channel. Adrian made each one individually different, so they got some really cool features and a lot of new cool stuff from Orange. So they're great pricing too. All three of the heads are $5.99, and then the O-Tone 40 is $3.99. So very affordable.
Very affordable.
Yeah, very affordable. So
Awesome. Overall, which one is your favorite model?
O-Tone 40.
Yeah, the O-Tone 40.
I love it. I love the sound of this thing. Got a beautiful sound.
Nice. Yeah, very
Very
cool.
beautiful sound. I love NAMM. This was the first year that actually felt like the old school NAMM,
Okay.
from 2018 and before. So it looks like we're getting back to where we need to be with, more booths coming, bigger booths. A lot of the bigger brands are here too, so that's awesome. And I'm just happy to be here with Orange, my favorite company. So
Yeah, 'cause
I'm an artist with them.
Maybe with the pandemic kind of affected NAMM, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Cool. How long have you been an artist with Orange?
I've been with Orange since about 2018.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you have a band?
I do. I have a band out in Denver, Colorado called Zach DeBono and the Broken Circle.
What kind of music is it?
Hard rock.
Hard rock?
Yeah, hard
Awesome.
rock and kind of bluesy stuff too.
Okay.
So,
Of course.
the hard stuff. But no, yeah, Orange is a great company. If you guys don't know a lot about them, go on and do some research. Cliff is the owner and the founder. He's actually right over there. He's been doing this since the early 60s.
Oh, yeah.
Adrian, who designs all these, is here too. We've been doing interviews and whatnot with them. They take a lot of pride in all their work. This company actually cares. There's Adrian right behind you, actually. with the longer hair just walking by. He takes a lot of pride in making sure that every one of these are built right for every artist that wants to use orange. So it's a really, really cool thing. And if you guys are at NAMM 2025, you guys have to stop by. But I also love your channel, by the way.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes.
So, thank you so much for the interview.
Yes, have a wonderful day. Yes, thank you so much.
Como pueden ver, ya no tengo voz, así que le va a pasar a Mario la responsabilidad de las entrevistas.
Hola, soy Ana y estamos aquí con Tom Mock, right? Tom Mock Pedals. What's your name, Bill?
Bill, yes.
Bill. Bill, how's been the NAMM so far?
It's been a great turnout. It's been really fun.
You're tired?
I'm very tired. My throat is killing me.
Yeah. Me too. Actually, this channel is from her, but she can't talk anymore. Okay, so you have here some weird stuff that I'm very curious. You have the Big Puff. I'm a Big Muff fan, and you're telling me that this is a lighter.
Certainly, yeah. The Big Puff is not a pedal at all. It's just a novelty cigarette lighter and ashtray. You push down like the old car lighters, and in a couple seconds it'll warm up and shoot out, and it'll be cherry red, and you can light a cigarette with it. Here it comes.
All right, all right. And it sounds?
And it sounds smoking.
Okay. But also you have some, talk to me a little bit about these pedals,
Yeah. We build mostly fuzzes, overdrives, and distortions. We like to add a little bit of character to our pedals if we can. Like, for instance, we have this HAL 2001 Space Odyssey inspired pedal. We have like a Dune inspired pedal. We make a lot of fuzzes and overdrives just to give you a lot of grit and some character. We also have like the Epstein didn't kill himself fuzz. You fire it up and it has a fun like shine through effect.
That's amazing. I love it. And actually it turns into an evil guy. What's your favorite pedal of those?
My favorite pedal is the TMA one. Just there's so many different fuzz textures you can get out of it, and it's just the most versatile pedal I think we make.
And you design it all?
I don't design it, no. I have a head engineer who's my business partner. He designs the circuits and I build them.
Super great, man. Good to see you, good to know you. Hope you, if you go to Mexico, visit us.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. Ajá, aquí está Ana reportando desde el NAMM. Estamos aquí con Loic.
Loic.
¿Lo dije bien?
Lo dije muy bien.
Muy
Lo has
bien,
dicho
sí.
muy bien.
¿Cómo se dice en francés tu nombre?
Loic.
Ah, igual.
Igual.
Ah, igual, muy bien.
Sí, sí.
Bueno, Loic, estábamos hablando aquí con su marca. ¿Cómo se llama la marca?
Ana Sounds.
Ana Sounds. Sí lo he escuchado, Ana Sounds. Me gusta, me gusta. Analogic Sound. Ok, Loic. Veo aquí una pedalera gigante, pero me estabas conversando un poco de que este sujeto que ustedes conocen se viste chido además. Diseñó con ustedes un pedal de reverb, la Grot.
Sí.
¿Qué es la Grot?
La Grot es la caverna en una montaña. Y Jack nos preguntó para tener no solamente una reverb, pero como si ponías el ampli y que ibas a buscar el sonido ahí al fondo. Así que puedes tocar surf music, ¿sabes? Como los años 50, 60, de aquí hasta aquí, y después es lo que Jack White nos pidió, algo que el sonido se va, pero podéis continuar tocando, se queda limpio. Pasamos mucho tiempo haciendo esa parte y nos pidió también de tener un amplificador adentro, así que puedes darle un poquito más de drive, ¿sabes? Un poquito de, como si tenías un blues breaker antes, ¿sabes?
Claro, ok.
Pero hemos hecho el preamp nosotros, no hemos imitado algo que existía ya en el Mac. Todo eso es original.
¿Y distorsiona o se mantiene limpio?
Alors, puedes por aquí tenerlo limpio, como un overdrive, y si lo empujas más, va a ser como un preamplificador de un amplificador, y casi es distorsión, pero se queda overdrive. Es importante porque es lo que quería él.
Claro. Jack White nunca toca limpio.
No, nunca toca limpio y le gusta mucho hacer un stack de gain. Le gusta mucho poner una pedal, otra y otra, y un poco de gain aquí, un poco de gain aquí.
Eso es un reto, porque, por ejemplo, a mí me pasa que si estaqueo pedales, algunos se comprimen, se van comprimiendo, ¿no?
Sí, porque la gente muchas veces pone demasiado gain y demasiado volumen. Tienes que encontrar lo que te gusta en un pedal, si quieres hacerlas juntas, poner muchos gain, lo que te gusta de esa y lo que te gusta de esa y lo que te gusta de esa. Y no es mucho gain, no es mucho volume, porque el volumen más gain, más compresión y el sonido se hace más pequeño. Pero si quieres tacar el gain y hacerlo más grande, poco volumen, poco gain. Poco volumen, poco gain.
Gran consejo porque la gente no sabe eso. Y todo el mundo va y lo pone a 10 todo.
Siempre a 10.
Bien, para más consejos sigan a Loic y a Ana Sounds porque están bien verga los pedales. Aparte, bueno, veo que tienes más cosas.
Sí, mira.
Esto es como un overdrive. Explícanos un poquito,
¿Algo?
¿sí?
¿Quieres? Ese es un delay que hemos hecho, es un Ecoplex.
Okay.
Pero nos gusta a nosotros mucho el Ecoplex.
Okay.
Y hemos
Dark
simplificado.
sound, sonido oscuro.
Sí, porque el Ecoplex es muy difícil de arreglar. Tienes el range, tienes el depth, tienes el... Y hemos hecho un botón aquí que te lo hace para ti. Y lo más usado para la gente, aquí tienes 3 partes en el flooder, 3 partes en el chorus, 3 partes en el vibrato. Lo que usa más la gente.
Claro.
Y a nosotros nos gusta mucho el design. Pero como puedes verlo, nos gusta también el design adentro.
Oh, está bonito.
¿Ves?
Las tripas.
Design adentro. Porque la gente los followers que tenemos, siempre saben que cuando abres tienes un trim pot. Para cambiar algo en el sonido. Les gusta ver que adentro también lo hemos hecho bonito con design.
Está bonito, lo puedes manipular tú mismo.
Sí.
Oh, está muy bueno. ¿Qué más tienes? ¿Qué más tienes por ahí?
Claro, aquí tenemos la última, es un blues breaker. Es nuestro blues breaker porque no teníamos un Marshall Sound.
Claro.
Pero si quieres eso es un normal blues breaker, pero con el switch ese de aquí hemos puesto una tube streamer delante. Aquí estás en blues breaker y aquí puedes hacer hard rock, heavy metal.
Sí.
That's a delay. Ese delay es una Ecoplex. You can have, tienes aquí el preamplificador, está off. Cuando lo pones en marcha, puedes tenerlo en marcha solamente con el delay,
Aparte está bonito como prende.
Sí.
Más elegante.
Es elegante eso, Y si quieres tener el preamplificador siempre on, puedes tener el delay off, pero se queda on. O siempre on, solamente con el delay o nunca. Y a la gente que le gusta mucho el Ecoplex, les gusta porque ese es fácil de arreglar. El tone here, aquí, también es solamente en el delay. No te cambia el sonido de la guitarra. El tone que tenemos aquí en la reverb también es solamente en la reverb.
Son como independientes. Está muy práctico.
No te cambia el sonido de la guitarra. Esto es una fuzz. Y esta pedal tienes adentro una pequeña carta enfichable, ¿sabes? Así. Y tenemos 11 o 12 fuzz diferentes.
Dentro de ese mismo.
Que puedes comprar.
Le puedes cambiar el sonido.
Sí, por ejemplo, la compras con una Ram's Head o una Triángulo de Move. Pero también tenemos una Tom Bender. También tenemos una marca francesa que le gustaba el sonido de Gilmour en tal álbum. Y han copiado el sonido de Gilmour en tal álbum y han hecho una carta que le puedes poner y cuando tocas con una Strat piensas que está tocando directamente, si sabes tocar el Gilmour.
Sí, no es tan fácil.
Exactamente, no es tan fácil. Y mira, somos franceses, pero trabajamos con DSM Humboldt from Chile. Nos gusta mucho trabajar con ellos. Eso es el amplificador para que puedas escucharlo todo.
Qué chido. Mire, Jack White, ¿qué tal? ¿Lo conociste?
Sí, pues Jack White nos contactó hace 3 años, compró nuestra Element, que era nuestra Spring Reverb, le gustó mucho, nos contactó para hacer un producto juntos y 3 años haciéndolo y en agosto del año pasado habíamos terminado y empezamos a venderlos. Puedes encontrar en YouTube muchas videos de demos hechos por gente y ahora, al fin, desde hace 9 años, vendimos directamente en los US.
Perfecto.
Puedes comprar directamente en Reverb. Tenemos ahora un almacén en Reverb. Todo está ya en los Estados Unidos. No tiene que venir desde Francia. Así que un precio así es 349, 289 y esas están entre 159 y 189. Y esa marca, que es nuestra, FX Teacher, puedes comprarla totalmente hecha o puedes comprarla en do it yourself.
Oh, cool.
Si quieres hacerla tú, puedes hacerla tú.
Y es fácil, porque a mí, sí.
Toda la parte complicada ya está hecha. Y te hacemos fotos de lo que tienes que hacer.
For dummies.
Yes. For me, I'm a dummy.
Me too.
And tienes las fotos de todas las partes donde tú puedes trabajar y te hacemos trabajar solamente en la parte que cambia el sonido. Todo lo que es arreglarlo, tenerlo bien, ya lo hemos hecho nosotros. Pero si quieres cambiar los chips o cosas así, te enseñamos cómo hacerlo también. Y puedes comprarla directamente hecha también.
Vale. Muchísimas gracias, Lloyd, por tu tiempo, por la explicación, por conocer a Jack White, que es un gran tipo. Al parecer a todo el mundo le cae bien Jack White.
¡Viva México!
¡Viva México! Y te estamos aquí con Von Gun. Von Gun, how are you? Caddy, Ryan.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, doing great. Nice to meet you too.
Nice to meet you. What are you doing? Because I'm curious about this.
Go for
Yeah,
it.
so Von Gun is just my wife, Katie, and I.
Okay.
And we make effects pedals and synthesizers.
Okay.
All in our home up in Oakland. Yep.
Yeah.
Do you have like a secret basement, like King Rick and Morty stuff?
I wish.
That space would be great if we had that. It's just our living room.
But they're beautiful. I mean, yeah, it's not easy to make something simple that looks cool. How do you came to this design?
I have a background in interior design. And this was our first big collab together. Ryan's responsible for the pedals mostly, but we took a risk here, both with doing a synthesizer and with the design. We got mixed feedback, but I love it. So
No, I love it too. It's so beautiful. And it sounds like what people can expect from this.
So the sounds are mostly inspired by synthesizers of the early 1980s, like the Roland Junos, Korg Poly 6. It's great for chords and pads.
It's a poly synthesizer.
Yes.
In this size.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so that's the kind of sounds you can expect from it. And it's made to pair really well with more effects. So there's no onboard chorus, there's no onboard reverbs or anything on the synthesizer itself. But it is powered by the same power supply as like a guitar pedal power supply. So it's made to sync up nicely with those.
Yeah, it's very easy to handle it too. You know, you can bring it to your show and very convenient. Do you think about that when you guys start like the design? Like, okay, we need something like people can carry on and don't break the back of it.
It definitely is important to us.
Ryan's always trying to make things that he just wants to have at home. So that's where the main inspiration comes from.
And the color is amazing, you know. What is that color? It's like what?
Custom cream. I actually have like an old vintage lamp on my desk, and we color matched it to this, and that was the inspo.
Yeah, and the knobs, it's all custom made.
It's all custom Brogan knobs, custom color for these keys.
And yeah, the buttons, the switches in there are this type of switches that are in mechanical keyboards for like gamer keyboards and stuff like that. So there's a lot of different switch options out there on the market, and you can actually take the switches out with just a special tool that you use on mechanical keyboards, and you can change the feel of the keyboard. So it could be like clickier, or it could be more silent, or like harder to press. So it's customizable.
Well, it looks amazing. I want to try it. But also you have 3 pedals here. This is more like a chorus vibrato with reverb.
Yeah. So we have the reverb, the Ultra Shear, which is a reverb and vibrato effect. The order of the reverb and vibrato can be switched with this middle switch. So that's where you can get kind of like, if the vibrato is going into the reverb, you get a chorusy sound. But if you have a vibrato after a reverb, it's kind of like listening to a vinyl record that you're
Lo-fi kind of vibe.
And then this one here is the Paragraphs 2, which is a filter pedal. It's the same filter that's actually on our synthesizer, just put into a pedal form. And it's a stereo filter with a lot of stereo modulation options. So it's great for adding some depth to a big sound.
It's more for bass, do you think, or?
No, it's great for guitars. It's great for bass as well. It has an envelope follower on it, where the rise and fall of the envelope can be controlled, which is cool because you can create, it can be your typical sort of funky envelope following thing, but also the rise time goes up to 4 seconds long, so it can be like a swell effect. And you can make your guitar or your bass kind of sound more like a synthesizer because that low-pass resonant filter is like moving on the...
Amazing, it looks like something that the aliens can design, you know?
It sounds like aliens.
Oh yeah, I guess. And this is more like a reverb with delay.
This is a delay. And the delay time is made to be very wide, so it can be as short as 5 milliseconds, but as long as 22 seconds. So you can create a lot of interesting loops. It's kind of like an experimental looping pedal.
Oh, cool. Well, guys, thank you so much for the interview. I want to try this. It looks amazing. It seems like it sounds amazing for sure. So yeah, hope to see you back in Mexico when you guys want to go.
Definitely. Thank you.
Ok, y seguimos aquí. Soy Ana y estamos aquí en la cobertura del NAMM 2025 con. We are here with Fish Circuits. Hi Simon, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Fine. How about the noise? Are you used to it?
By now, pretty used to it, but it's still, it's really loud. Big days.
Did you have a nightmare last night?
No, not yet. Probably tonight, though.
Probably tonight. So you need one more day here.
Yeah, exactly.
It's Friday. Hoy es viernes. Todavía aquí. They will wait until Saturday. Okay, talk to me a little bit about your pedals because they look cool. They look like something from the 60s. Talk me a little bit about these 4 pedals.
Yes, so we're a pedal brand from Montreal, Canada. So we have 4 pedals. These 2 are fuzzes. This one is more of an open sounding, like old school classic fuzz. This is kind of our take on a Japanese fuzz, so really gated, octave up, super clangy, really nice. This is kind of our flagship. That's our transistor overdrive, so really versatile overdrive. Really amp-like, touch-sensitive, a wide range of gain, great as an always-on preamp, reacts really well with other overdrives or fuzzes, stacks really well. And this is our brand new spring reverb that we actually launched yesterday. So a digital spring reverb that has a built-in compressor circuit. So you can kind of get that ducking reverb effect. So the inspiration was kind of when you have an old vintage combo with built-in spring reverb and you really crank it, you kind of get that ducking effect where the amp kind of prioritizes the guitar signal. So that was the idea, and then we really pushed it to the extreme so you can get the reverse reverb swell kind of thing. And yeah, like you said, we're really inspired by the 60s stuff. Obviously we're old school, custom enclosures, so we really love that 50s, 60s military look. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
It's kind of hard like to find like those, I mean the circuits from the 60s, you know, the parts. It's hard or it's easy to find?
Yeah, well, our motto is really like to have an old school mindset, but with modern technology, let's say. So we really we want to make it reliable. We want to make it scalable, so we can produce as many as we can. And yeah, they're all silicon transistor, so we really go for stable, reliable stuff.
Okay. So if the aliens comes tomorrow and they try your pedals, which one will be the most like for the aliens, you know?
Probably this one, Japanese fuzz. It's a love-hate kind of thing, but I think this one has the shock factor, the wow factor, definitely.
Well, thank you so much, Simon, for your time. Y seguimos aquí reportando desde el NAMM. Estamos aquí con Jamie de Super Cool Effects. Do you know Spanish?
No, French a little bit, but not Spanish, sorry.
It's okay. Pero, okay, Jamie tiene esta tienda, estos pedales en Canadá. You're from Canada. Where in Canada?
So just outside of Toronto, a little town called Peterborough, Ontario. Yeah.
Right now it's super cold, right?
It's like, I don't know if you're Fahrenheit or Celsius, but it's like minus 30. Wow. So right now it's very nice to be in California. That's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. But you have here how many pedals? You have.
Our lineup right now is about 9 pedals. There's a couple more to come pretty soon. But yeah, our flagship pedal here is the 77 Fuzz Blender. And it's all kind of evolved to about 9. And yeah, like I said, a couple more to come in 2025 for sure.
Yeah, and I see they're kind of affordable. Yep. Are you looking for that, like people to grab it, like easy for them?
So I, have always been a musician, and I'm trying to make pedals that 17-year-old me would buy, right? So I don't like pricing too high. It means I gotta make a lot more pedals quickly, but I always try and keep things affordable because I'm thinking of my first pedal was a Big Muff because I saved up $100 and I went and bought it.
And it's good.
Yeah, and I want to be I want to make sure everything's accessible for the next generation of musicians too.
Yeah, that's great, man. And I really like the design. How do you design those pedals? The look.
So, I mean, that's a big part of it because, I mean, no offense to any other pedal companies, but they can be really plain-looking boxes. And I think it's always a missed opportunity because, as musicians and artists, we like coveting and having these objects and little totems, right, and symbolism. And I started gravitating towards buying pedals that I thought looked good. And then when I started designing pedals, I thought it was a nice opportunity to, integrate some of my own story and past into the imagery and iconography of the pedals. And I always try and make sure they fit the sound of the pedals too in certain respects. And I love kind of having my totems and my objects coming with me. And it's always a big part of the story of the sound too.
Yeah, and they look like you like cigars and booze.
Yeah, I mean, I quit smoking 10 years ago, so I'm kind of torturing myself looking at that design all the time. But yeah, it's all about feeling and the look and the design too. But they sound good too, I swear.
No, I guess I mean they look good. They should sound good. What is your favorite one? The one that you are most proud of it?
Probably the Zigzag Analog Chorus Vibrato, which was originally called the Seasick Chorus. Because while I was on my honeymoon with my wife, we were on a cruise and I got like super seasick and I was sitting on the balcony of this giant ship like, this is what a chorus should feel like. So when I got back home, I started designing and engineering. It took me about a year to get the design of this done, but it's a really, really clean vibrato and chorus effect. Really, really organic sound. Really proud. We won a little award from Premier Guitar for that. That's my baby. It's not necessarily our best seller, but the people that play through that pedal get it.
I love chorus. Besides that, Mark DeMarco, burn it out.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm not necessarily a big chorus fan, so it's funny. All of my pedals I try and design for people that don't like those circuits. So this is a chorus pedal for people that don't like chorus. This is a clon for people that don't like clones. Okay. And yeah, I try and find an
affordable clone.
Exactly. It still has germanium in it, but believe it or not, those aren't the clipping diodes that are the defaults.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a lot of people being like, I love the germanium in this. It's like, you're not even using them, but that's another story, yeah.
Yeah, I get it. So, well, man, they look great. Hopefully, we can try a little bit later. And yeah, go see Super Cool Pedals, La Bestia Gear Society. Thank you, James.
Cheers. Thank you.
Estamos aquí con Mark de Summer School Electronics. Hi, Mark.
Hey, how's it going?
Fine. How's been the NAMM so far?
Oh, loud and chaotic and busy. Sort of like being in my classroom, but just louder.
You're a teacher?
Yeah, I'm a teacher full-time, and I build pedals every other hour of the day.
Wow, that's a crazy story. What is more annoying, to do pedals or the kids?
More annoying? I don't know who's going to watch this. I'm going to say that pedals can be so obnoxious and disrespectful, all those things.
Yeah, and you get inspired by the kids to do pedals?
When I was building, so I teach math support, so kids who struggle at math.
Oh, okay.
So there was definitely times where I'm building and I'm like, I just want to give up. And I'm like, no, you don't let the kids give up. You're not allowed to give up either. If they can do it, you can do it. You got to keep working. So they've helped.
Yeah, but they have a really nice look, you know. This your dog?
These are both my dogs. So when I first started, my dog Gus and my dog Gladys, these were schnauzers that we rescued during COVID. So when I started playing gigs again, I was like, I want to have my dogs on a pedal board. So when I'm playing till 2 in the morning, I can look down and see my little buddies. So I made those, and I was like, I don't know, I'll put a couple for sale. And people started buying them. So that led to more. So yeah, those are my two little goofballs that I got back home.
Yeah, they look amazing. I mean, you have a pretty nice looking pedals. You design the
I do all the inside stuff. My buddy Steve is around here. He's our artist. He's great, and we've been friends since we were like 14. So we just have a shared vocabulary of like, I want a snowman in front of trees, and he'll make that, and I'll be like, that's exactly what I saw in my head.
So, what's your favorite one?
I mean, I love my two. I love my puppies.
Wait, they are what? What they do?
So Gus Drive is like a hot rodded like DOD 250. So it's like a high gain distortion. Gladys is like a modified blues breaker. So she's like low medium gain, and he's like aggressive distortion. Okay. So usually when I'm playing, those are my two that I'm like, I gotta have those together. That's my sound.
They blend great.
Oh yeah, together? Yeah. Oh, so good, so good.
And then what we have here?
So over here we got our Pepperelli Fuzz, which is like a gnarly, crazy fuzz. Our half-day compressor, you can select the input for guitar or bass, and it'll do compression, and it has a boost, so you can get that squash sound at a higher volume. The Class Reunion came out last year. It's a 90s Russian big muff, and an overdrive that we make called the Trash Panda, and they're in parallel, so you can blend between the two. They each have diode selection. It's like a riff writing machine. You just like spin the knobs, and it's super inspiring to hear it. So yeah, those are great. Science Fair is our most popular. It's a rat and tube screamer that are in parallel. You can kind of blend between those two sounds. So
amazing.
Yeah,
you like to mix like classic things.
Yeah, well, I like to try to do things that aren't already there. Like there's enough tube screamers, there's enough rats, and so I was like, well, you can all, we all have them. They're under your bed. Go get them. But like we would stack them one into the other, whereas this they're in parallel. So this can do like the 1,000 things between those two. Okay. So it's kind of just that, like being like, what exists, what can't it do that might be kind of cool, and we just run with that.
Yeah, amazing, Mark. Where can people find you, like website, etc.?
Go to summerschoolelectronics.com, our Instagram, Summer School Electronics. That's probably I spend most of my time there. Yeah, I got a Facebook page, all the things, but we got it all.
Ok, verguísima. Bueno, eso fue Mark, Summer School. Seguimos. Amazing, man. They look great, man. Yeah, Mexico.
Awesome.
Yeah, we'll show you. Estamos aquí de regreso con Chris de, what's the name of the brand?
Noise engineering.
Noise engineering. How noisy are they?
They're pretty noisy.
Very noisy. Which one is the most noisy?
Well, it depends on what kind of noise you want. We're showing our newest pedal that came out a couple months ago, Distorpia. It is a distortion, and it is about as noisy as it can get.
What kind of distortion it is?
It's got a couple of distortions. Steven, do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, Steven.
So there are really 4 kinds of distortion in it. So there's a wet-dry blend, which actually will also does a little saturation as you get wetter. There's an effect that's sort of based off classic octave fuzz, but it actually does a bunch of bandpass filters and splits it up and makes a much purer octave, and it actually generates sort of 2 octaves, but it's still kind of gross because fuzz has got to be a little gross.
Yeah, of course.
Yep. And then there's also a wave folder. This is a kind of distortion that's actually really common in our the world where we sort of started, which is the Eurox synths.
Okay.
And it's a really aggressive distortion. We've had, done a lot of work to make it work well with guitars. It also, it works great with synths and stuff as well. It just destroys your signal.
I like that. I like pedals that do something really ugly, really. And it's like a Swiss knife of a distortion.
Yeah, and it can get really ugly, but all of something we really focused on was all of the kinds of distortion that you can pull them back. There's a really a sort of wet dry blend that works really well. So you can still you can get a little bit of that grossness, but still actually be able to do polyphonic stuff, chords, etc., and have that still come through. So it can kind of do both sides. It can get way grosser than you want, but then it can also pull back and be a little more subtle.
Yeah. And you guys make like a model synthesizers, right?
Yeah, this was our original products were Eurorack format modular synthesizers. We've been in that market for a decade. We've wanted to do pedals for forever, really, and we finally got the distortion we just talked about was released in September. We have another product coming out in March, which is a sort of crazy reverb. Also, a lot of stuff we learned doing sort of more synthy and more in the Eurorack world. We're applying to the pedal world, but then also really putting like guitar and more dynamic instruments are the sort of primary test case. So
when you do the pedals, you think more on synth bass drive or thinking on bass and guitar?
So when we test the pedals, it's primarily with guitar.
Oh, okay.
We obviously have synths and we play with them on synths, and so that's. And honestly, the synth side is a little easier because guitars are the basic dynamics of guitars are just from even just a basic signal processing standpoint is so much harder to deal with than a synth. So the guitar is it's the hard one. So that's the one we used to test with. Yeah.
So, and also you have a bad verb.
Yes.
That's a reverb.
That is a reverb.
Okay.
Yep. It's
not out yet.
It's not out yet. It comes out in March 2025.
Okay. So it's a secret.
It's not a secret.
Yeah, not anymore.
No, not anymore. Exactly. It's a weird reverb. Okay. Reverb is an easy way to say it, but it doesn't act like a normal reverb. We call it often a synthetic tail generator. Okay. It's actually a whole bunch of delays connected in a way that can kind of capture your sound and recirculate it, but very, very cleanly. Okay. It also
we like to call it "not your father's reverb."
Okay, good name. That should be the name.
It also has shimmers, a pretty common reverb effect. It can do that. But we also do the opposite, where there's an octave shift down, which we call doom.
Okay.
And so you can get a lot of really low, rumbly kind of reverb out of it as well. It's absolutely built to you can strum a chord, and it will just keep that literally for hours. I have done that and come back 3 hours.
You go and make the meal and still.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, no, you come back and it's still just this beautiful tone. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. I like that. Well, guys, thank you so much for the interview. Where the people can find the pedals and all the stuff that you guys make?
Oh, so our website is noiseengineering.us. Or just Google Noise Engineering.
Perfect. Ok, vayan a seguir a Noise Engineering. Se ve que está bien verga. Yo voy a probarlos ahora. I'd like to try that. And yeah, muchas gracias. Ajá, y seguimos aquí en el NAMM. Aquí está Brian from Amp Mojo. What about your pedals? Tell me a little bit.
Sure. Our flagship pedal here is the Soul Drive responsive tube overdrive. It has a tongue soul 12AX7 tube inside of it. Sounds really juicy and rich, like a tube amp cranked should sound. It works a little bit like a tube amp in that you can lower the gain and raise the level and get a nice cleaner tone, or juice the gain and adjust your level accordingly and get a saturated tone, just like an amp in a way. The voice knob goes clockwise is more of a British tone, and then counterclockwise is more American tone. You can blend the two.
American, I see here Dumble style.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. It's kind of
very cleany, glassy, or
very responsive, saturated tube sound. Okay, and really responds to your volume knob on your guitar. You can clean it up, and then when you bring it back in, it's like fully saturated. It's really nice.
It looks nice, have a nice design.
Thank you.
Yeah. Did you design it?
I did design it, yeah.
Yeah, man, you're really good. I mean, good taste.
I design everything. I do all the graphics for this.
And now, this is like a angry rat.
That is like a very early, like 1980s rat pedal.
Okay.
First version 1.
Okay.
And but I have, high-end components in there, really nice, like Soviet capacitors and really nice carbon comp resistors and everything. Great transistor in there. Same with my buzz face. Really great transistor. The bias knob works on this really well. It's very usable through its full suite. It's got some cool skateboard art. Looks like a skateboard.
It's based on the fuzz face. This one.
Yes.
Okay.
A 70s style silicon fuzz face.
Silicon fuzz face. Okay. Silicon are more stable, right?
Yes. It's more stable. I personally like the sound better than geranium. But
That's a topic.
that's a fucking touchy topic right there.
Yeah, it's kind of a hot topic. But yeah, it looks amazing, man. And thank you so much for the interview.
Man, thank you. Yeah.
And hope to see you soon in Mexico. Yeah. Ok, seguimos aquí en otro día del NAMM. Ya no sé ni dónde estoy. We are here with Barton of Cosmodio Instruments. You have a cat, so you're a good guy.
That's right, we're cat people. We started the company a little less than a year ago, and I was trying to figure out what to name it. My cat's name is Cosmo. It's named after the cat.
It's a tribute to him.
I'm sorry?
It's like a tribute.
That's right. Yeah, we're just trying to make him famous. You know, he's the CEO of the company on paper.
All the money goes to him.
That's right. He's in charge. Yeah.
Okay, but Barton, what do we have here? What are these pedals are?
Yeah, so we have 2 pedals at the moment. They each come in a couple colors. We launched last February with our pet Yeti. This is our distortion and dirt platform. It's a domesticated monster. It's capable of super high gain, gnarly distortion sounds, fuzz sounds. It has an analog bit crusher, 3 different clipping voicing configurations, miles and miles of gain, but it's tameable. You have a parallel clean path to integrate your clean signal for clarity or for making it really great with drums or bass or textured guitar. It has pre and post distortion tone shaping options, and you can reduce the input gain strength so that can actually become like a useful overdrive. But it really excels at highly charismatic and sometimes unusual distortion sounds, heavy distortion sounds.
The first time I see a clean knob. How do you come to that?
The reason is to help it be really great on bass. So this was based on a sort of like pedal I made just a handful of times many years ago that was probably more popular with bassists than guitarists. And something that really helps bassists use pedals is by integrating the cleans. You keep all of that low end, all of the integrity, and you add on that dirt to taste. One of my favorite things to do with pedals, and with all of our pedals, we try to make them compatible with every instrument, not just guitar. I love smashing drum machines with distortion. And when you do that, you want to mix in that clean so you have all the clarity and punch and articulation while still adding all that grime and dirt and industrial heaviness. So that's why I add the clean on to this really gnarly dirt box. After that, last November, we launched our, should I go into this one? Yeah. We launched Gravity Well, which is a dual analog pedal. One half is a wave folder, the other half is a tremolo, and when both sides are activated, they integrate to create a first-of-its-kind modulation effect we call a sonic refractor, in which the LFO of the tremolo modulates the wave folder to fluidly fold and unfold your frequencies. It's sort of a technique from the world of modular synthesis that we're bringing to guitar, sort of for the first time, and it gives guitarists access to a new type of modulation, a new type of movement and sounds and textures that they haven't had access to before.
You're pushing the limits.
We're trying to. One of our design principles is that all of our pedals are really unthrottled. They don't keep you in that safe zone of familiar tones. You can do that. You can use this, for example, as a totally traditional, high-quality analog tremolo circuit. And you can generate those 60s surf tones, but you can also drive places that you didn't know were possible before. And we want to open up new possibilities for musicians.
Amazing, man. Congratulations. You have something really cool. We really like it. We also have a tribute cats, or cats That's our cat. So we are cat people, so we wish you very success. Yeah, of course we will. Seguimos. How are you, man?
I'm doing great. I'm doing.
How are you dealing with the noise?
It's nothing. It's nothing.
It's kind of hard. I mean, I have a little bit of headache, and it's kind of annoying.
Yeah. Oh, I've been working in music stores my whole life, so no problem, no sweat. In one ear, out the other.
And you are working right now with Bisonic.
That is correct. That is correct.
What is Bisonic?
How is it?
What is?
Oh, what is it? Oh, it's a pretty old pedal company known for the X Pandora. They have these recent releases, the Eccentrics A1 and the Sugar Blues Wah, Auto Wah. Both of these pedals full DSP, multi-drive. The Eccentrics is. You can do a fuzz. It does a clean boost. It does a TS9 kind of tube screamer drive, and then it has a full balls to the wall kind of brown sound. You could run it in guitar and bass mode. It has savable features on it, so if I wanted to save the setting to here, I can save it like that. So if somebody messes up your pedals, that easy, goes right back.
So it's a fast computer.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. It sounds really, really, really like an analog pedal, in my opinion, especially when you A/B these two. And then on top of that, the Ottawa, a really, really unique Ottawa. It actually shows you the attack and delay on this thing. Let me see if this is plugged in.
Yeah.
Regardless,
It's okay.
when you strum a chord or pluck a note or anything, this moves so you can really see what you're doing instead of just guessing. With most Ottawas, you kind of have to guess, which is not my favorite. And then same thing, you could save a couple different settings on here, however you'd like it. So if somebody messes you up, or your cable runs across your pedal, or whatever it is, you can just save it. It's really easy.
So you don't have any problem there.
No, not at all. And I think these are going to be retailing in the $200 to $300 range.
Okay.
They will both be available summer of 2025.
Okay. Hey, it looks amazing. And this one is the classic one, right?
That is the classic.
That's analog one.
This is what's inspired this one.
And I remember that Billy Corgan used to use this one. I mean, the people say, the legend, the thing. But in the 90s, it was a thing, this pedal.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and then Billy Gibbons used to use like 9 of them into each other. And then I think JHS came out with the Kilt, which is kind of a tribute to this. Right? That's the OG.
Yeah. It looks great, man. Thank you so much for the interview, and I hope the people find Bisonic on the internet.
You can go direct, bigsonics.com or Bigsonics US on Instagram.
Thank you, man. Thank you, Jacob. Nice to meet you. Okay, estamos aquí en el booth con Oli from Tube Stater. Did I say it right?
Tube Stater, yeah.
Stater. From where you made it?
So we are from Canada, from Montreal. Okay. So what we do is high voltage tube preamps. Okay. Each one is based on a preamp section of a different amp. The idea is to give you the same tone and feel found in a big amp, but without the weight and the price tag of a big amp. Right.
What is your favorite pedal here?
The
most that where you are more proud of it?
I'm proud of all of them. They're all my babies, right? Okay. This is our last release. It's based on the Vox Top Boost channel. Okay. So
how do you model that? Do you try the box 200 times to get the sound?
Oh yeah, so this is actually a good question. The difference between our pedals and any other amp in a box pedals that we are using same technology and almost the same circuitry found in an amp. Okay. Internally, so it takes 12 volts and at the input, and internally it's going up to 280 volts. Okay. So it's just it's not emulating or recreating anything. It's just the real thing, the real preamp. Okay. It's like taking your front end of your amp and putting in a pedal. That's why it sounds so realistic.
Yeah. They seem like they're very clean design. Like they do the thing that they do, So what else? You have here like a magnetone kind of preamp?
Yeah, this is Magnetone, based on Magnetone Super 59, Dumble Overdrive Special, Orange Rocker Verb. This is Fender Tweed from 50s. As I said, or Vox Top Boost, and this is clean channel of Dumble standalone.
All right. So this is cleaner. This is a cleaner one.
Yeah. So this pedal is dual channel, right? It has the clean and the overdrive. This one is only clean.
Okay. Yeah. So you can, I mean, bring one pedal and you have it all almost. You know, it's like.
Yeah, but you better complete your setup with some sort of a cab sim. So here I'm using just a plain IR cab emulation, and that's enough to get very realistic two bump tones.
And I'm looking like they are 12 volts. Yeah. Do you have like special design for that amount of energy, or?
Well,
those they are 9 volts, right?
Yeah, well, standard pedal take 9 volts. 12 volts is just that's the better voltage for the tube. That, okay. Yeah, if I were using 9 volts, it would draw even more current, so it won't be as pedal board friendly.
Amazing, man. Well, thank you so much, Oli. Wish you good luck, and yeah, see you soon in Mexico. Okay, ya. Estamos aquí con Oz. What's the name of the brand? Oz Guitar Work. Yeah. I was trying this guitar, and it's amazing. It looks weird. How do you come to the design of the guitar?
Well, we just try to get rid of all that doesn't matter. Not everybody needs flames and wings and feathers hanging off their shit.
So yeah, it's very convenient.
Yes, that's the whole point. Is around your small studio, you want to have something to grab that's light and not in your way.
All right, yeah, and it sounds great. Actually, the craziest part that you can change the pickups. How it is. Show it to the people.
Sure.
Okay.
Woo! You don't even have to take the strap off.
Yeah.
You just basically punch it out, swap them out, put it back in. That's it.
That's crazy. Did you design the whole guitar?
Yes, I did.
Wow. You should be on the NASA.
Well, they have 2 stereo jacks.
All right.
So you're going to have a neck going out one end and a bridge going to a whole different set of pedals.
That's a killer feature, you know.
Yes. And it's flat, so it sits up against your desk. and it's one of the few headless that have a little head on it, so it works in a normal stand.
Okay.
Or doesn't fall out of your hands.
Okay. Price-wise?
Price-wise, $1,700 and goes up from there.
All right. Cheap?
Well, for a travel guitar, it's not cheap.
Of course not.
But it's a studio guitar meant to have a studio sound.
Okay.
Stainless frets, roasted maple, typically on the back. And this aluminum 6061 T6, cut out of a billet with a 5-axis CNC.
Whoa, that's crazy! And you caught it. How this morning came and you occurred to make this?
I wanted to get rid of all the crap, you know. And how can we do a minimalistic guitar that sounds better than everybody's guitar?
That's true.
The body's built into the bridge, so it's not a bolt-on bridge.
Okay.
The body just turns into the bridge, and the saddles, you go string, saddle, bridge. That's it.
All right.
So you don't have one particular string that a note crosses everybody and gets them all excited. So you have cleaner chords that way.
Okay.
And better string-to-string separation.
Wow.
So you don't have to mute quite as vigorously as you should be muting.
Yeah.
When you've got other strings that don't need to get excited that you're not playing.
Of course. And you tune here the guitar.
The tuners are here, and we've designed all that ourselves from scratch. We're not buying anybody's tuners.
How many years do you have developing the guitar?
It's about 10 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Right. And it's the first time in NAMM?
No.
How many years?
I don't know. About 9.
All right. So since the beginning.
I lose track.
Wow, it's amazing, man. Also, you're a super nice guy. Also, you are going to make a bass.
That's a baritone. We have 3 different scale lengths: a Gibson, Strat, and a baritone scale length.
All right. That's a Gibson one.
That's the baritone.
Okay.
This is a Strat scale length.
Okay.
And that's a Gibson scale length here.
Okay, and this one is like from all metal?
No, they're all metal.
Oh, okay,
It's the
okay.
same body. That's aluminum also. It's hard anodized. You can't scratch this with a key.
Okay.
That you can scratch by looking at it.
But it looks cool.
Yes, it does. It shows fingerprints, and if you got rings on, your rings will cut it. You know?
But fingerprints are cool, you know.
This doesn't show anything, and it won't scratch. And if you like black, this is the way to go.
Yeah, no, amazing, Us. Congratulations on your brand. How about the pickups? What are those?
The pickups are like $140 plus the price of the pickups.
Okay.
So a module can go up to $530 all the way down to $270 or something.
Okay, okay. So you use Fishman and you use like lace sensor.
That's lace. We've got Lindy Fralin.
Okay.
That's a P92.
Okay.
We've got those are bare knuckle pickups. Stormy
Amazing,
Monday.
yeah.
So
Do you have any favorite?
Oh, personally, I get in trouble saying my favorites.
You need trouble.
I'd say the Stormy Monday and the P92s are my two favorites, really.
Yeah. I love P90s, you know, it's my favorite pickup.
Mostly because I like clean.
Okay,
Once we get too dirty, I can't hardly tell the difference between a lot of them.
Yeah,
Because I don't listen to dirty music that much to ascertain.
Me is the opposite. Yeah, and just dirty.
Oh, you bet.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Us. Amazing, man. Thank you for letting me try this amazing guitar. And yeah, hopefully I see you in Mexico City.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah, yeah, cool. Okay, estamos aquí en el booth de Waters. How are you called? How is your Spanish?
It's okay. It's good. I grew up in a little bit in Texas.
Okay.
You know.
So, what's your favorite taco?
Favorite taco. Carnitas.
Carnitas. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, carnitas are good in the States, you know. It's kind of like, they have their own vibe here.
Agreed. So I don't know what it's like in Mexico, but the one in Texas is good.
Yeah. So, Cole, you have this brand that I do remember, like 9 years ago or 8 years ago, I have a Voyager.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if it's your first pedal, but it's nearby.
Yeah, so the Voyager was our very first pedal.
Oh, you see?
And then now it's on its second iteration, second version. And
sounds different because, you know, people is like, oh, the first version is the best and whatever.
Well, in mode 1, it's the same circuit. It sounds the exact same.
So it's a myth.
It is very much a myth.
Yeah, but since then, you guys grew up so much, man. I'm so proud of brands like you. Talk to me a little bit about what are you doing now?
So right now, you know, we started, like you said, in 2011 with the Voyager. And then, you know, we kind of call it our core line. So everything with the artwork, you know, we want to make sure everything looks as good as it sounds. And then, you know, since then we just have a lot of ideas that don't necessarily fit like in the core line. So we're coming out with things like the Mako series where it's like high-end DSP, like you see these like, yeah, this kind of stuff, like with the folded metal enclosures. It's full MIDI in and out, you know, 128 presets, multi-algorithm pedals.
Nice, it's like a Swiss knife of pedals.
Yeah, the other thing we're doing is the Canvas series. And the Canvas series is like our utility line. You know, it's a blank canvas. You can do whatever you want with it. It doesn't color the sound at all. It's basically signal routing to enhance like the way that you play. So that's
and you have super cool tuner.
Yeah.
You have a wallpaper? Why there's some cats there?
Yeah, why not? You know?
Well, you can put any image
Yeah, no, you can put any, you upload it, you plug it into your computer, and you can upload any image. I've got an image from the movie Dune, you know, on mine.
Your girlfriend?
Huh?
Your girlfriend?
No, not my girlfriend. I've got Dune.
Oh,
yeah,
great.
Yeah.
Your boyfriend?
Well, I guess my movie boyfriend. I'm married, though. Yeah. So,
great, but you can have his picture there.
Exactly.
So you never forget him.
And all my kids, too. Hi, kids.
Well, thank you so much, Colt, for your time. And this is the last interview in NAMM. Ya esta es la última, la verga. We can't handle more noise anymore.
You made it.
So, thank you.
Bueno, estamos terminando el NAMM. Como pueden ver, yo ya no tengo nada de voz. Pero ya terminamos World Audio. Y nada, gracias por ver.